Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Ghazi Mohammad Zakir Hossain, working as Associate Professor Surgery in Bosundara Ad-Din Medical College Hospital. I welcome you all in our surgical class. Today our topic is appendicitis and its management. Now, what is appendicitis? Appendicitis is the inflammation of the appendix. What is the anatomy of the appendix? Appendix is a part of the large intestine attached with the cecum 2 cm below the ileocecal junction. It is about 2 to 20 cm long. On an average, it is about 9 to 11 cm long. Its diameter is about 0.5 cm. It is supplied by the inferior branch or descending branch of the ileocecal artery, which is the branch of the superior mesenteric artery. It is drained by the portal vein. It is situated in the cecum 2 cm below the ileocecal junction. Now, what is the position of the appendix? It is retrocecal or retrocolic in position most commonly. It is about 74%, pelvic or descending type about 21%, pre-ileal 1, post-ileal 1 and paracecal 1. This is the position of the appendix. In case of situs inversus, appendix may be located in the left iliac fossa, not in the right iliac fossa. Usually, appendix is in the right iliac fossa, but in case of situs inversus, it may be in the left iliac fossa. Now, predisposing factor for appendicitis. Appendix is the disease of the teenage and young adult, age 20 to 30 years. Peak incidence is about 20 years. Socioeconomic condition for appendicitis is high profile group due to low fiber in the diet. Previous history of appendix due to previous damage. What is the causes regarding appendicitis? It may be obstructive due to feculith or stricture or due to bacterial proliferation. Usually mixed type of bacteria growth into the appendiceal lumen, most commonly Streptococci and E. coli. Intestinal parasites, pinworm may enter into the lumen of the appendix, may cause appendicitis. Another important cause may be remembered, in older age, appendicitis may be a presentation of carcinoma cecum. Cecal growth may obstruct the lumen of the appendix, may cause appendicitis. In case of older people, we must remember this pathology. What is the composition of feculith in the appendix? Bacteria, calcium phosphate, epithelial debris and inspeciated fecal material and foreign body rarely may enter into the appendix due to possession of appendicular feculith. What is the pathological type of appendicitis? Appendicitis may be of two types. One is catheteral type of appendicitis or non-obstructive type of appendicitis. Another one is obstructive type of appendicitis. Though what is may be the pathology, ultimately the lumen of the appendix is obstructed. Due to bacterial proliferation, there is edema of the appendiceal mucosa and mucosa swells up and lumen of the appendix is obstructed. When lumen is obstructed, there will be obstruction of the lymphatic flow from the appendix and ultimately more edema that will cause obstruction of the venous flow, venous return from the appendix and may cause appendiceal rupture or burst of the appendix. Now, what is the clinical presentation of the appendix? Patient usually complains of periumbilical pain which may radiates to, which may shift towards the right iliac fossa. It is usually colicky pain and pain may shift towards the right iliac fossa. Another presentation is central abdominal pain and may pain shift towards the right iliac fossa. Other symptoms are anorexia, nausea and vomiting. Some patient may present with rise of temperature due to inflammation. Now, what are the clinical sign? On examination of the patient, we can see that the patient temperature is raised, tenderness localized in the right iliac fossa, muscle guard present, rebound tenderness present. This is the Blumenger's sign is positive. Patient may present with tachycardia. Tachycardia may also indicate gangrene and peritonitis of the appendix. What are the signs of appendicitis? One important sign is pointing sign. Patient may elicit this sign. Patient says that the pain begins in the umbilical region. Later on, it shifts towards the right iliac fossa. That is the McBurney's point. Another important sign is, though it is a pointing sign is elicited by the patient, so it is also known as sign. Most of the cases, symptom is said by the patient. Surgeons or clinician elicit the sign, but in case of pointing sign, it is different. Patient says the pointing sign. Now, another important sign is McBurney's sign. McBurney's sign is the maximum tenderness in the McBurney's point, that is the medial 2/3 and lateral junction of the medial 2/3 and lateral third of the spino-umbilical line. This indicates the base of the appendix. So, in McBurney's sign is positive. Another important sign is Robson sign. If we palpate the left iliac fossa, patient may complains of pain in the right iliac fossa. This is the Robson sign. Another sign is psoas sign. Psoas muscle located in the pelvis. If appendix irritate the psoas muscle, that will cause pain. So, in the movement of the psoas muscle, we can feel the pain, that is known as psoas sign. Another one is obturator sign, that is the Kopp's obturator sign. Obturator internals causes flexion and internal rotation of the hip joint. On extension and external rotation of the hip joint, patient feels pain in the hypogastric region. So, it is known as Kopp's obturator sign. These are the most important sign for the diagnosis of appendicitis. Another one is Dunphy's sign. Any movement or coughing, patient feels pain, that is known as Dunphy's sign. Another one is hyperesthesia in the Shearing's triangle. Hyperesthesia in the Shearing's triangle, that is the anterior superior iliac spine, umbilicus and below suprapubic region. This triangle is hyperesthesia, feels hyperesthesia. So, it is known as hyperesthesia in Shearing's triangle. Now, regarding diagnosis, we shall investigate the patient. In the investigation, we shall do total blood count, CBC, total blood count or complete blood picture, X-ray, plain X-ray abdomen or X-ray KOB, ultrasonography. In selective cases, CT scan, and in female, we have to do in some cases pregnancy test. In case of in the CBC or total blood count, that will be neutrophilic leukocytosis. Neutrophilic leukocytosis, neutrophil count will be increased, total count will be increased. On plain X-ray abdomen or X-ray KOB, we can exclude the right renal stone, ureteric stone or bladder stone. In ultrasonography, we can diagnose the gallstone and ureteric stone in case of female ovarian pathology present or not. If these investigation fail, then we can go for CT scan. In case of female, if menstrual history is suggestive, then we can go for pregnancy test. Now, regarding the treatment, we shall go to manage the patient. If the patient present to us by for acute abdominal pain, so we have to manage the pain. We have to manage the patient in the accident in the emergency department. Absolute bed rest, intravenous fluid and electrolytes, antibiotics, analgesics, and later on, if diagnosis is confirmed, we can go for appendicectomy. Appendicectomy can be done in two ways: laparoscopic appendicectomy and open appendicectomy. Laparoscopic appendicectomy is better nowadays, and we most commonly do laparoscopic appendicectomy. If any doubt of perforation or other adhesion, then we can offer the patient for open appendicectomy. In open appendicectomy, there are many incisions. Most common incision is gridiron incision. Another incision is lens incision below the undergarments. It is not visible, it is cosmetically important incision. And if the patient we open by gridiron incision, appendix is high up, then we can extend it by Morrison Rutherford incision. After appendicectomy, patient is managed with antibiotic, analgesic, intravenous fluid and electrolytes, and later on patient give oral fluid after 24 to 48 hours according to the response of the patient, and we can discharge the patient to come on the after 7 POD for stitch removal. This is the treatment of appendicitis. What may be the complication of appendicitis? If we do not treat the patient, or if patient may come late, that may patient appendix may be gangrenous, perforation of the appendix, or appendicular lump may be formed. If appendicular lump is suspected, then conservative treatment is the aim. That is known as Ochsner-Sherin regimen. After giving Ochsner-Sherin regimen, if patient responds 2 to 3 days, then patient is offered for appendicectomy after 3 to 6 weeks, ensuring that the lump is resolved. Now, what is the complication of operation of appendicitis? During operation of complication may we discuss perioperative complication, immediate postoperative complication and late postoperative complication. Immediate perioperative complication, injury in the surrounding structure, hemorrhage, this may occur. Another complication is a complication of anesthesia, general anesthesia, respiratory arrest or lobar pneumonia, this may occur. Another perioperative complication patient may injury to the surrounding structure like cecum, ileum or other structure may injure. Immediate postoperative complication, infection, paralytic alias, infection of the surgical site, abscess formation in the peritoneal cavity, that is the intra-abdominal abscess, and late complication is bad scar, ugly scar pain, enterocutaneous fistula may form. This is all from acute appendicitis and its management. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.